welcome back to another video. We are continuing with our Endwalker playthrough live reaction. Last time was a very painful one for me when we took care of the first trial, which was Zodiark. I was not expecting it. I mean, I've said that before several times already, I know, but of all the creatures out there, like all the boss fights that we could have had, Zodiark was the very last one I was expecting for the first trial fight of Endwalker. I mean, what's left? I honestly don't know. Because I was thinking, like, at one point we were going to have to fight both Zodiark and Hydaelyn, so I am kind of expecting that if we already had Zodiark, we'll fight Hydaelyn maybe as the final boss, but then that leaves the third one, and I have no idea. But also, at the end of that whole thing, we heard this mysterious voice kind of cooing in our ear, like saying, like, at last. And we saw an image of Hydaelyn, our world kind of rotting and decaying from the outside. It did not look pleasant. And, I mean, at first I thought that it could be Hydaelyn, but that was definitely not her voice. So it definitely wasn't Hydaelyn. And I don't want to see Hydaelyn as the bad guy. I really don't. I mean, there's all this talk about Hydaelyn secretly evil and everything, and I really don't want to believe that. I mean, come on, she's the first voice that we hear in the game, like way back in the Realm Reborn, if you start from a Realm Reborn anyway, but... Well, actually, even in 1.0, we actually hear her voice first. Her voice is the first thing that we hear, like, either on the ship or the carriage ride, whatever, but... So I really, really hope not that Hydaelyn is not the bad guy here, but I do know that that creepy voice that we heard in the trailer, they sound very familiar. So whoever that creepy voice that we heard before, I do think that they're connected to that some way. Anyway, let's go on and just pick up immediately where we left off. Here we are, we're back on the moon. Xenos already left. We're here with the Watcher. So hopefully the Watcher will be able to give us some real information to what the heck is going on. Because there's really not much left of Zodiark, just, I guess, leftover residue. Okay. In Shadow's wake, the Watcher would discuss grave matters with you. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sense others arriving not long ago. Ooh, our friends are here! So I wonder which one of them is here. Like, are all 7 of them here? Though my communions with Hydaelyn have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know that these are your comrades. Oh, you can talk to her. Oh. As luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. So they're waiting for us in the tower. Okay. It's just kind of creepy being here on the moon. I'm not gonna lie. Just all that huge wide space and so empty. But I'm sure our friends will be relieved to see that we're alive. I'm sure they'll be impressed when they find out that we killed Zodiark. Though technically it was Fandaniel who did that. We defeated Zodiark though. That's gotta mean something. Oh, I think maybe it's not necessarily a good thing, because apparently we're responsible for ending the world, so sorry about that. Okay. Oh, look! Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger. Wait, that's it? Yes, they are indeed the 3 I sensed. Where are the others? I'm sure they would have loved to come here. Dare I ask what happened before we arrived? Yeah, probably not. May we presume this being is a native of the moon? Yeah, you guys are not being helpful. Let's talk with the Y'shtola. She has the most sense out of everyone. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the Tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers have their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Least you wonder, Mistress Kryl hath also been delivered into their care, serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alizé, they insisted on remaining in Galamal while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. What manner of conclusion, if I might ask? And is this the ally whom Heidelin bids you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarant. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark. Or rather, it was my duty. Yeah, what are you going to do now, buddy? Yeah, it's kind of a long story what happened, guys, so buckle up. It's going to be intense. Then Zodiark is no more? Yeah. That's kind of what happens. Not without consequence, I'm afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. I'm still kind of confused. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Oh no! Are you alright? Yeah, are you okay? Aww. My attempts to forestall Zodiark's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Aww. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? I shall leave that to you, Claire, while I see what I can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. Is he gonna go sit down in the big chair? Looks like it. Oh, a moment longer, friend. So these crystals are records. They're conscripts. Pray review the records on the upper floor, and I'll see if there's aught to be learned from down here. I mean, okay, but... aren't you guys gonna, you know, fret over me like you usually do? Like, are you sure you're okay? I mean, you did just battle against an Elder Primal and everything. Zodiark defeated. While he may have been in incomplete state, that's nevertheless an impressive feat. But even if you hadn't, his demise was inevitable. Fandaniel would have seen to it one way or another. That said, he probably would have wielded Zodiark's power to wreak untold destruction before taking his own life, making this the better of the two unfavorable outcomes. Well, actually, yeah! That's all true. I feel much better. Thank you, Thancred. So, technically, it wasn't my fault. It was going to happen one way or another. Dost thou suppose our host hath maintained his solitary vigil since the very beginning, without rest or relief? If so, these records comprise the sum total of his existence. We must needs handle them with care. Oh, that gotta be real lonely. Really, Heidelin? You couldn't have created two of them? You know, give him some company? Dimly glowing crystal. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiark flows through your mind. Daily summary, no anomalies detected. Daily summary, no anomalies detected. This appears to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiark's imprisonment. Wow. So that's at least around 10 to 12,000 years old. Damn. I would go mad having to keep silent watch over it for just 10 hours or something like that. But 10,000 years, or close to 12,000 years at this point. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through your mind. The records describe how with each rejoining, Zodiark's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiark's imprisonment appears to tax Heidelin greatly. Now that card we kind of knew about. Warmly glowing crystal. I notice we're only looking at the big ones here. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flow through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiark broke free from his prison. Records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly within the Loporrits, though it's not clear who or what they are. Okay, so they are here! I was hoping the Loporrits were gonna be here! Brightly glowing crystal. Into the crystal, record of unexpected visitor flows through your mind. Also watches musings when the little abyss is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. Okay. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiark from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiark so long as he remains imprisoned. So they felt like, well, so long as Zodiark's in one piece, then we can leave him where he is for right now until he's completely whole. Interesting. Did you learn anything of import? A few things. So where are the Loporrits? I know they're around here. So as we suspected, maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. So it was Heidelin who made the moon? When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. What? That is so cool! So the moon is really more of Heidelin's domain than Zodiark's in that case. Thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiark and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sunburn, there was but a single world, Etheris. So that was its original name. I had no idea. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
Of course not. Of course it would have been too easy. They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. Oh, that's cool. Etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. Okay, so like plates. The current which flows through the land and sea. Those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution was not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiark conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely, with the advent of Zodiark, our end was averted. I wondered why they chose a creature of darkness. Now I know.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiark's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiark's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, so rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiark, herself, and Tsar into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. Yeah, she did tell us that! I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. So, wait, she wasn't talking about Zodiark then? Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken word. Then why not come right out and just tell us what the heck she means? Hydaelyn and Zodiark are both conscripts of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Well, That's an interesting concept. Zodiark was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetheris' population. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With that power she dared spare. She cried out to any who might listen and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. So that's the whole thing. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetheris in her history. It would be so much easier. Then again, she probably just thought if people knew she was a primal, they'd be panicked. Like Zodiark, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look into the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
Ooh, that's a good question. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. Oh no. So if we lose the source, then all the other worlds are doomed. I mean, I kind of expected that, but still. Oh, now what? Ah, it is ready. What is ready? This way, if you would be so kind. I'm kind of scared here. What's that like? A beautiful sight, is it not? Yeah, we saw that before. What is it?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiark and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetheris to safe harbor? Wait. You're saying this moon is a ship? Is that what you're saying? You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. Fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but hey, I guess I've heard stranger things. So the moon is actually like a ship. Like, it's not a giant rock floating in the sky, is it? It's an actual ship. That's fascinating. It may be true, but others would struggle to believe it. I can scarce believe it myself. Yeah, and you're on the moon. I should very much like to hear more of this extraordinary story. The moon is a ship. Well, now I've heard everything. Helping hands. At long last, the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiark was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed. However, let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. Argos! So that's his name. As Heidelin created me as a jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is in his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. Okay. If I can remember it! If he labors in service to Heidelin's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? Okay, so that was a lore bomb. So the reason, I always wondered why they the ancients chose specifically to create a creature of darkness. Because surely that would have been a bad idea. But because the etheric currents were becoming stagnant, they couldn't rely upon the light because light is part of stagnant. Darkness is part of chaos, part of change. So that's why they chose to create a primal of darkness to kind of get everything flowing again. Okay, I'm starting to get it all now. That is actually really cool. I like that they tied that in and explained why they chose such a twisted version of a god. Wow, there really is a lot of ether there. I'm thinking this is the right way. But Heidelin was aware that there was a chance that Zodiark would break free eventually, so she had the moon created kind of as a backup plan. So this is actually supposed to be some kind of ship to what? I don't know. I'm guessing for the people of Heidelin, or I guess Aetheris. That's gonna take a while to get used to. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's still some pieces of the puzzle that we're missing here. But hey, at least they're starting to fit into place. Honestly, we can't jump over these giant cracks. That's annoying. What the heck are those? No, and there's those strange cactars again. They look so weird. So close and yet so far. Does not the harsh terrain remind you of somewhere we've been before? The Dravanian Forelands, aye. A place that rejects the instruction of outsiders, where solitude reigns supreme. At the very least, it sounds suitable for Zodiark's prison. Well, I was going to say the burn, but hey, with a little preparation, it might be possible to traverse the gap on foot. Then again, it would be a long, long way down if one should slip. Perhaps another time. Yeah, I'd rather not take a risk. Naught could prepare me for the boundless beauty of Aetherius, shining, shimmering amidst a sea of stars. Blue sapphire, and but one of countless other jewels brimming with life, no doubt. Where'd it go? There it is! Oh, it is pretty. And it looks like it's dark there now, too. The place we seek is just ahead of the Great. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. So that beautiful glittering dog that we saw before with the luxurious hair, his name is Argos, and he's the guard dog. I should have known that Hydaelyn would have chosen such a cute form for a guard dog. Go away, please, weepers. Whatever the heck you guys are. Okay. This entire cave is thrumming with ambient ether. Alas, any further analysis will have to wait, so I'm sure she's gonna love this. Curious, this place doth call to mind Pala Inni, home of the new moon. Guard of Zodiark's prison, eh? Blood red eyes, slavering maw, and built like a behemoth, I'd imagine. Let's hope he's friendly. Oh, he's gonna be in for a surprise. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar sponicoid draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Of course not. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the sponicoid along? Okay, so he's talking about these weird fungi moon thingies. Oh, he's okay. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. Most fascinating creation of Hydaelyn's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he's even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Oh, so he can double. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. Really? I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. Really? Maybe he senses that we're Hydaelyn's champion or something. As for your companions... Okay, so they all have Argoses. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. So Argos created those reflections. So those are just copies of him, but the original is with us. And it's funny, I also noticed that his long braided hair was actually braided in the back, so it's kind of like the reins. That's kind of cool. Argos favors you with what could be almost be described as a grin. To whom would Hyland entrust the command of so grand a vessel, I wonder? Dalamud had long been described as the loyal hound of Menfina due to its relation to the Greater Moon. Seems highly improbable, if not impossible, for ancient people to have known of Argos, but now I wonder whether there is some connection. I was expecting something a little more intimidating and less man's best friend. I don't know, I like this form. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. To climb onto Argos' back and he will take care of the rest. Once you've arrived, you should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber and the events of Zodiark's destruction. Be their counsel. Together, you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Oh, I like this guy. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Okay. Oh! Onward! Oh, this is nice. A malefic ether yet permeates from the crater, remnants of Zodiark most like. So is this the Loporrits? I mean, they mentioned the Loporrits, so I'm assuming we come across them eventually. Just a little further. Oh, there's the door. Oh, it's huge! Just massive! This structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Emiratian. Or Emiratian. I don't know which term to use. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let's head inside and... Oh? Most intriguing. The means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. I like that dog. I mean, I'm more of a cat person, but you can't not love him. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Cool. Oh god, it's huge! It's just enormous! Definitely Emiratian style. Scale is reminiscent of Amarat, or rather the replica we visited on the first. Thank you, I realized that too. Truly a marvel beyond description.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Oh, that theme! Oh, they're so tiny! We got like a moon bunny. We got moon bunnies. Oh, moon bunny army, even better. Guess someone's not fully awake yet. I'm guessing they're the leader.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiark, alas, is no more.
Is no more.
As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety. Our time has come, my friends!
Oh.
We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Oh, I already love this. I'm not gonna lie, I love everything about this. They're all just stunned.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Thinkrit's tone is like, no, hell no. He can't believe what he's seeing. Oh, that is adorable. Given the present crisis, Heidelin doubtless sought to facilitate cooperation betwixt pilot and passenger. Indeed, 'twould require a heart as hard as diamond to raise one's voice in anger to beings possessed of such profound sagacity. I find Arianda's reasoning somewhat flimsy, but the crew seems amenable enough. And Thancred's dumbfounded expression suggests he's still struggling to comprehend what he just witnessed. It must be the law perits mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask around in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it. Well, I don't think it'd be that hard, because they look so different. I mean, all the others look identical. And this one particular one seemed to be the only one that stood out. The operatives all appeared to have said about their tasks. Whether is their leader, I wonder. Yeah. Okay, let's sit down here. Oh man, I just realized, like, they are so tiny! How did they get from one end of this place to the other without exhausting themselves? Okay. Let me see here. Oh, there's just Stola. Such a fascinating apparatus, so that it's hard to believe it could have so many crew members. Even so, there's nothing else here to suggest other types of accommodation. Well, we only see one part. Oh, there's an ether current here. Chipper Loplet. Oh my god, I recognize that tune! The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmosphere circulation system. Only the crispiest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris, and that's a promise. And how do I get up there? Just drop down? Oh well. We'll go back for that later. what's around here. This place is huge. I just realized something. I have the perfect minion for this place in naming way. Oh, that's just the perfect minion here. Dozing Loperets. I'm guessing that's the same one that was falling asleep before. Leader? No. Sleeping way. My job is perhaps I'd better ask. Well, it's in your name, so I'm guessing. No way. Speak with the snappy Loperets. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, there she is. I'm guessing it's a girl. But what? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Take me to your later. Were you the one giving orders earlier? I mean, we know the answer, but the other one was just too out there. Me? Oh yes, of course. As the only one around here capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children? What must their parents be thinking? Oh. This isn't a nursery, after all. Well, perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter. You needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back towards the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center if you should find yourselves lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long walk. But children! I mean, they thought that we were children back in, like, the ghost version of Amarant, but that's because they were so big. Then again, I mean, they probably think mankind's probably still that size, so of course they would think that we're children. And I do not see a way up here. Let's see it. Did we go the wrong way? It looks like we went the wrong way. Best Way Burrow. So that's the name of this place. I can't wait till we can unlock flying here, because it's gonna be so annoying trying to get around here. Otherwise. For a moment, I thought that was really out. Ooh, okay. Look at them! They're so cute! For a moment, I thought that was really alpha. Like the real alpha with a little toy Omega. And it was like, no, it's just the minion version. Everything here looks smaller than normal, I guess. Mapping way. Visitors at last. Welcome! Well, at least they're friendly. The etheric composition and density of the sphere is quite similar to the crystalline concepts we've seen before. It likely shares their capacity for storing memories and knowledge. Given their size, getting from one end of this place to the other must be exhausting. I honestly don't know how they do it. That's exactly what I said! Astonishing how the Lockworks, despite their diminutive stature, are able to maintain such gargantuan facilities. Well, you know what they say, bigger's better.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Lockworks. Created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Etheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Etheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiark's obliteration.
Oh, sure.
Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further.
Oh, wow. When did we go from fantasy
Here,
to sci-fi?
We have Etheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiark around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Etheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Etheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Etheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star.
That's cool.
Easier said than done, admittedly. For one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
Really?
Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
How are they delivering it to the moon?
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
Oh.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon? Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Oh, like your ones that talk.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
Nope.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Aetheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages.
Probably not a good idea.
I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Oh, they're freaking out. Oh, this is great.
Building Ray, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
But me no butts. I have to remember that.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Oh no. They assumed we were all gonna be giants like we were before. Oh, that's great. Alright, I think actually that's a good place to actually end things there. unfortunate that the domiciles were constructed in error, but their willingness to perform such sweeping renovations is a testament to their commitment. Cannot fathom the resources required for a facility so vast. Why do I get the feelings we're going to have our hands full dealing with the Loprits? I should have realized something was amiss when Living Way referred to us as children. What other delightful misconceptions do they hold, I wonder? I'm scared to find out! Oh dear, I certainly hope Building Way can complete the renovations before more guests arrive. Or perhaps he should leave them as they are. That way you have more places to lounge about. Yeah, probably, but I think we'll end it right there. This is just too funny, like, these guys are just, they're killing me here. Oh, already I love the moon, so we'll call it a day right now, but we'll be able to meet up with Living Way and meet more Loprits and see what else this grand ship of, this moon is. I mean, I don't think we're going to be leaving Aetheris or Hydaelyn, like, whatever the name is. I don't think we're going to be leaving the planet anytime soon and going to another star. That would just complicate everything, so I don't think we need to worry too much about that right now. But yeah, that's going to be it for right now. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day, so take care.